Hello, it's Leigh here. Thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here, welcome back for everyone who has been here before. And this is week 8 of Margarete Miller's Collage Challenge. So the prompts, we'll just get straight into it. So something that has a plug. I have this image taken from an Australian history, like photographic history of Australia. Got the little historical thinking. So 1928, Qantas backed Reverend John Flynn's daring proposal for the world's first flying doctor service based on a radio centre at Cloncurry, Queensland. Below is a foot-powered pedal radio used by settlers to call for help. So it has plugs, but it's foot-powered. Okay, so a house. Out of the same book, I got this photo. In the day it would have been a flash house, but it's colonial era. I'm not sure where it is. So a photo of your family or a family member. So I have this cherished photo of me as probably a bit over a year old, maybe 18 months, or a bit clear. And that's my great-grandfather, Grandad Peachy. So I obviously didn't want to use that original photo, so I scanned it and made it into a black and white photo. Okay, so a piece of a letter or a postcard, and I have this postcard, the back's nice, I don't like the front, so what I'm thinking of doing is cutting out that and using that as a frame to go around, or even maybe just glue it on. Looks alright. Make up my mind as I go along. Stitching, real, drawn or stamped. I have my stitches stamped, I've got some archival ink. Cursive is the bonus. I guess it means cursive writing. I'm not sure. It's the only cursive I can think of. And a few other things just to help me along with this project. So I'm going to get started, and I think in the background what I shall do is just a little bit of collaging and get a little bit of colour on, or like a bit of a frame around the edge of this. So what I'll do, and I've got some other things here. I've got this bit of snippet roll, I quite like that. I wouldn't mind putting that in there somewhere. Makes a nice edge. Actually, what I should do, the old brain is ticking over. So if I do that, and I have my photo of my great-grandfather. No, I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just, I'd like to cover up that barcode, trying to keep this sort of old looking, and put my house in here somewhere. I don't know if you can see it, the double chin that I had. I still have it, never lost that, no matter how skinny I got. And okay, so it's the actual radio that I want, so I'm going to cover that over a bit, and the house can go there, something like that, and then I'm just going to fit in part of that postcard somewhere. How about that bit? Pop that along the bottom. And I just thought I might use my stitches stamps as my border. Okay, so I've decided that the first thing I'm going to do is just my stitching border, and then I'll work from there. I love this one. That's what my sewing actually looks like. Because I keep changing the settings on my sewing machine. I love this stamp. So this is an permanent ink, and the colour is called Rich Cocoa. So it's a very dark brown colour. It's probably coming across as black, I'd say, on the screen. Turn that around. No, I'm going to have to move that because I can't get the stamp down. Okay. just going to do a couple more to join up. So it's all nice and crookedy, a bit like my real sewing. And a little bit more there. That'll do. So I've now got a frame of some sort in there. And I'm going to keep my main collage inside that frame today. Now I have a bit of book page. I thought I might paste some down for the background, but I would like to distress it a little bit before I do that. And I've got brushed corduroy here, so I'll use that. So it's got a nice warm colour to it, which I quite like. Just going to clear up a few pieces of this and pop them in there. You know when you have a light bulb moment, and this my camera stand is one that's supposed to be able to, you know, mounted on a desk, but every time I did that it was just wobbly as anything and all my footage was shaky, and so I had it attached to an overhead shelf, which I kept banging my head on when I was filming anyway, and I wanted to change my room around, so I thought I really need to find a way to attach the stand to my desk so that I can film and it's not going all haywire because I'm banging on it, you know, moving the desk around, that sort of thing. So I googled it. How do you take out the shake in video on iMovie? And yeah, like this, if you've used iMovie, you're probably laughing your head off at me about this because this is embarrassing to admit. But there's actually a setting that you can put into your video when you're editing, and it takes all the shake out. So yeah, which is a game changer for me because it means I can now put my desk anywhere I want it to be, and I don't have to worry about, you know, all the wobbly bits. So it's like I just can't believe I never looked before, you know. I just put up with doing it the way that I was doing it. Let's just be a rebel and have that one coming off out of the frame. Okay. Now I've got to remember how I did this. Now with this photo here, I would like to do something with the edge of it. I wouldn't mind tearing down the side there, but I want to put in these other ones first. Wow, that's really thick. I wonder if I can separate the layer. Yep, looks like it. Okay, so get rid of that. Oops. Carefully tear it up. It's still part of a postcard. It's a bit shiny. Never mind. So I got that. Let's rough the edges up a little bit. I could actually use another piece of that. The address line. These were postcards I bought at the collector's fair, and like it was just a whole album full of them. Somebody who'd been a traveller had collected, and they unfortunately had passed away, and their relatives were selling off all their bits and pieces. So I managed to get the album full of postcards as well. There's another little one full of old photographs. Some of them are a bit boring, but I think I got about, well, maybe 100 photos for $7 or something, so it's pretty good value. I can't remember where this was supposed to go, but I'm going to put it there. and then that I only, as I said, I only want that showing, so I'm going to rip that out. I suppose that's coming through. Somebody's working out in the yard. Put that there, put this one in there. I was going to put that as a border, but I'm just wondering if I put it like that, how that would look. This book that I've been harvesting pictures out of is an amazing book. It's I think it's called a Photographic History of Australia, and it's got some fantastic images in it. I've actually used quite a few of them in my collages. Okay, so then I need this one of me and my great-grandfather to go in there, but I wanted to tear that down a bit. I just think it needs an edge. Maybe I should put it onto something. Maybe a piece of brown paper or something. Let's see, what have I got? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I've got some brown paper tape, so I'm going to do tape around the edge of it. So I won't need to distress it. Just need to find a good place for it. I don't like where that is. I wonder if I can get it up. Yeah. Luckily the glue stick hasn't dried completely. So I want to move that up. Put that up there. And then I want this here. Like that. Pop that in there. Now I'm wondering about using this at all. I think I might leave it out, but I would like to do some stamping around the edge of the page. I think I'll use this dotty stamp. I'm gonna use the warm cocoa because, yeah, that's nice. It's goes with the stitches. Sort of got a mildewy look about it. Don't put too much on there, that'll do. Tend to get carried away when I'm doing this. Now I feel like that's too high up and that it does need something down here. What have we got? Alright, let's get this tape around the photo and then I can fix that area up down the bottom. Oh boy, this is sticky. I love this stuff. It's very, very sticky. It feels like it's pulling my fingerprints off my fingers. It's not going to come off, I can tell you that. Okay. Well, I've got an idea for what to do down the bottom here. So I'm just going to put a piece of the tape down here. Like that. And then I've got the stamp. This one says, "Don't forget." And this one says details. So, oh, got a number stuck on my finger. I'll have to put it in there. If it's stuck to my finger, it means something, doesn't it? I was watching one of Kerry Griffith, I can't remember what his name is, proper name. Sorry, Kerry. It's C-E-R-I, Kerry. And he was talking about where he gets his numbers from. When I was cutting out the these images here, I thought, oh, I'm going to take the page number. So I'm going to put, but I wasn't intending to use it in this until it stuck to my finger. Oh, that's slippery. It's not going to work. That's disappointing. Okay, let me wipe that off. Yeah, okay. I think it's just the stamp I use, so I need another word to go on there. Memories, that'll do. Good old memories. Well, that's not stamping properly either. Okay, what is going on? I'm going to put it onto a piece of this, the bottom of the book page, and then glue it on. Oh no, it doesn't matter. It's so slippery. Don't like that. I need another piece. How about I stamp it properly? It's better. And I'm just going to glue it over that. Get there eventually. And I might do the same thing with the don't forget. Okay, oops. So don't forget. And details, I'll just put them, no, don't do that. I'll get myself in trouble if I do that. Don't forget is there. Now, where did my details stamp go? There it is. Details, I love this little stamp. I'd lost it and I was so happy when I found it. Okay, so let's glue that down. I'm hoping the glue's going to work on that. May not. So here we go, that's art glitter glue. Just going to put that there. And I'm going to tear off the don't forget. Good. Pop that in there somewhere. Maybe there. And then the details. I think I'll just put it on over to the side a little bit. I'm just going to use my Stabilo, I think, for this pen. Well, let's write the date on there for a start. And today's the, good question, 19th? 19th of the 2nd, 23. Shame about that ink mark that I got on there, but never mind. Yeah, they can't even write on that. Just going to do a couple of little bits of scribbly border in a few places where I can. Not everywhere. Same as last words. Yeah, can't do it. I can do it there because it's sort of ripped, but it's just going to wipe straight off, I think. There mustn't be any sticky on that bit there, so I'm just going to snip it off. Get rid of that. I'm actually thinking that I will leave this as it is. I'm not going to splatter or anything on it, which is something I normally do. Let's just put some little nails in there. And I'm going to go around that tape. Okay, yep. And keep it simple this week. So the prompts are something that has a plug. I've got the pedal powered radio, a house. I have this house from colonial Australia. Photo of my grandfather and my great grandfather, I should say, and myself. Piece of letter or postcard. I've got a bit there and I've got a bit there. I've got my stitching stamp, and the cursive is, I haven't put it in there. I sort of might put a bit in there. Probably was about 1960, circa, isn't that the word they use? And let's just put an arrow. Yeah. This photo would have been taken at Wairoa, and that was where I was born. And if you've been following the news of all the devastation in New Zealand, you would probably know that that's one of the towns that's been really badly affected by the floods. So the house that I lived in, or that my parents built, was like only one street back from the river. So I'm sure that house was probably flooded. And I was looking on Google because I couldn't remember, obviously I was too young. I couldn't remember exactly where it was in relation to the river. I knew the river wasn't far from where we lived. But yeah, and so I was looking on Google Maps, and I for sure thought that the house would have been demolished and something new put there. But the same little house is there, but it's been, it's got extensions on it. So yeah, that was a surprise. Anyway. Alrighty, well thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that YouTube algorithm knows that, hey, something handy's going on here. Let's show it to a few other people. And I'll see you in the next video. So for the time being, it's cheers from Australia. Hooroo!